Hello, hello. Welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy, and as you can tell by the book that's here, or should I say the signature, we are on 52 weeks of journal making. So that means it must be Thursday. Now, just double checking. Yes, this was what we did last week. So I think I'm going to leave a double journal space there, and I'm going to work on this page today. So I'm going to pull that one out, move this out of the way so it doesn't get damaged, covered in glue, whatever. And this is the page that we're going to be working on. Now, I have been this morning making some of these, well, I don't know what to call them, bead dangles. Bead, they're not chains, are they? Because I haven't got any chains on them. So I've got two light blue, two dark blue, and I've got 3 green. And I thought it would be really nice if we were to use one of these to be a dangle out of the book, okay, but also to almost be, I don't know, like a little bit of a sort of medal, as it were, you know, something like that. Or maybe even close it up a bit more and put it up there, something like that. And it will just sort of hang loose other than this area, and then I can snip them off appropriately. Now I've chosen the blue because I'm going to use my Colbert ink, but we need a background because that on its own is not really, you know, suffice, is it? It's just a little bit, well, I don't know, almost boring. So what I thought we could do, which I thought would be a lot of fun, is we could use some stamps, but we can use our stamps to almost create a new stamp, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So I've got my box of, well, one of my boxes of stamps, and I'm going to pull out things that I think I'm going to want to use, okay. Right, okay, so there's quite a little selection there of things that I might want to use. So I'm just going to put that down on the floor next to me, and I'm going to take my, sorry, I'm jumping around on my chair. I'm going to take, this is my stamp block that I keep on my desk that I use nearly all the time. Now if I move that up there for a minute, see, I did have this picture as well, but I think that is the one that we want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the stamp block to create our own new stamp. So I'm going to go there with that one, okay, and then because we've got a bit of a curve, I'm going to wedge that one in there like that, and I'm going to put okay, hang on, what else have we got? I definitely want to use one of my new lovely stamps from Lorna Taylor. Love them, Lorna. You were right, they took a good while getting here, but it was worth the wait. They are absolutely beautiful. See, and we've got a perfect curve there, so I'll put that one on there. I don't know if that, will that fit in that groove? No, I don't want to overhang that much, so maybe just that little one up there. So put that down like that. And now actually I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to move that into that groove. So let's straighten up this vintage and move that into that groove like that. Okay, I'm then going to put my received back in that curve. We definitely want that. The only thing you have to make sure when you're doing this is that that is hanging over quite a lot, isn't it? The only thing you have to make sure of when you're doing this is that your stamps are all the same height. As long as they're all the same height, there will be no problem whatsoever. You see, if we use that one, it's much lower, so that's not going to work. Okay, you have to make sure they're all the same height, so they've got this like foam on them. And I'm going to put that one in there, and I'm going to put that one in there. Just filling up as much of the stamp as I can, really, or the stamp block. Filling up as much of the stamp block as I can. That one down there. What else? I had another tray, didn't I? Yeah, here. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. We could put that one on there. Okay. I need something small to go in there. Will that fit in there? Oh, it's marginally too long, which is a little bit frustrating. What about that one? Put that one in there. And then we want something down here. That one back there. Okay, and then we need something to go. No, that's too big. I need something little in there. What about this one? Yeah. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is obviously bring my paper back, and I'm going to ink this up. Like so. Okay, then I'm going to take my block, make sure you've got it, okay, and I'm going to stamp. Now I know my hand's in the way, but I'm really sorry because, well, see, we've lost our little 710 there. Put him back. Right. Oh. Obviously, if you look after your stamps better than I do, and they're all properly stuck, then you won't have the issue that I just had of them all falling off. And can you see, by doing that, we get our own new stamp, technically. The way to solve this, I have discovered, is with a bit of water. If it's wet, it will stick a bit better. Okay, and then I'm just gonna, oh, perhaps it won't. I'm just gonna press that on. Okay, and I'm gonna put that there. There we go, so we've got a lighter one. And now I'm just going to go around. I'm going to take these ones off like so, and I'm going to go round and I'm going to put some more to fill in the holes. So like we've got a hole there, I'm going to fill that one in. We've got a hole up here, I'm going to fill this one in. And I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm just going to ink those three, and I'm going to put some ink there. Okay, and then take all them off and go back with some of the others. So that one can go there. Okay, and then we'll do some real justice to this beautiful stamp of Lorna's, and we will pop that down there. That's better, and again there. Okay, so unless you've got OCD and mess upsets you, I think that is a lovely background. And if you stay tuned to my channel, you'll be aware that of late I have been stamp happy, absolutely crazily stamp happy for some reason. Don't know why, just have. So I'm going to put that there like that. I'm going to pick them up, and I'm going to run some glue stick up there like that, and then I'm just going to flip them back and press it down like so. Okay, then lift it up the other way and just go down to the bottom. There we go, like so. And then I've got my picture, and I'm going to do not vintage photo, walnut stain around the edge of my picture. Just get a little bit of age on there. It's already got some natural black aging where it's been scanned, but we still like to put a little bit of brown on there as well. I might even just do a little bit across the centre like so, and then I'm going to pin that, or glue that actually. Am I going to pin it or glue it? Do you know what? I think I'm going to pin it, because I know many years ago, before we had things like staples, people often just used a pin. So whilst I would really like to have a common pin, haven't got one, not to hand, so I'm going to use this safety pin, and I'm just going to pop it. See now where it's, there you go, rusty, it's lost its point, but it will go through. There we go. Now, to rust all of these bits, what I did was I got a jar, an old jam jar, and I filled it full of salt and vinegar and warm water. There you go. I filled it full of salt, vinegar and warm water, and I put it on my window ledge, and I just let the water, you know, not dehydrate. Well, yeah, I suppose dehydrate gradually with the heat of the sun through the window. I'm just going to put a little tiny smidge of glue in the middle there as well. There we go. And as the water evaporated, that's the word, I let the water evaporate, it formed more and more like salt crystals, and then eventually, let's cut these like so, and then eventually when the water had all gone, I had lots of rusty bits. So that is what I'm doing for this week. I do like that. That makes me feel quite happy, that page. So let's pop him back in where he belongs. And it looks like we finished just in time because the builders have started up again with all their noise. And obviously you've got the pin through the page there, which we could maybe tuck something through. And we have got another lovely dangly coming out the bottom. So there you go. And if anyone's wondering about these beads, all I did was I took a ringed header pin and I just thread on the beads, and then I snipped round with my pliers to make a circle to match the other end, and then I've just put a jump ring through this leaf and through the hole, and then I just threaded some organza through it. So that was very, very easy to make. So there you go, another week of journal making in this mammoth book. So as always, thank you for joining me. Stay safe, happy crafting.